Sometimes, all it takes is one strong enough reason, and even the laziest person can completely turn their life around. Hello, everyone. I am David Jame. People often say that if you truly want something, you will find a way, and if you do not, well, you will find an excuse. But today, I want to tell you a story about someone who found the right reason at the right time, and it changed his life forever. This is the story of a boy named Leo, not famous for his talent, not for his hard work, but rather for being too lazy to do anything at all. But then, one day, everything changed. A sudden event forced Leo to take a hard look at himself, and an unexpected opportunity led him down a path he could have never imagined. If you have ever felt stuck, unmotivated, or like you are struggling with yourself, then you need to hear this story, because it proves that sometimes just one small turning point is enough to awaken the greatness inside of you. Watch until the end of this video to discover how Leo, a lazy boy, managed to do something extraordinary, all because of a single reason. And the story begins like this. When Leo heard about the competition being held at the royal palace, a spark of hope lit up inside him. The prize was a chest of gold, not just wealth, but a chance to save his family from their unstable life. He did not hesitate. For the first time in his life, Leo wanted to get up and do something. He quickly packed a few things, asked for his parents' blessing, and set out. The villagers watched him go. Some laughed, others shook their heads in disbelief. That lazy kid is entering a competition? He'd be better off going back to bed, they said. But Leo paid no attention. This time he knew he could not afford to quit. After 3 days of trekking through forests and rivers, roughly 45 miles or about 72 kilometers, Leo finally arrived. Hundreds of contestants had gathered in front of the palace, all strong, fast, and athletic. Leo looked completely out of place in the crowd. The first challenge was announced. Cross a large lake. No bridges, no boats. The rules were simple. Whoever swam across and reached the finish line in the top 3 would move on to the next round. The signal drum boomed. One by one, people leapt into the water. Leo stood frozen, heart pounding. He could not swim. For a moment, he nearly gave up. But then, like a flash of lightning, he remembered the days he used to play by the stream as a child, building tiny rafts out of twigs. No one said I have to swim, he thought to himself. I just have to get across. He ran to the water's edge, gathered some broken branches floating nearby, and quickly tied them into a makeshift raft. Using a large stick as a paddle, he began to push himself across the lake. While the strong swimmers started to tire, Leo maintained a steady rhythm, letting the current help carry him. An hour later, to the amazement of the judges and the crowd, Leo became the 3rd person to reach the finish line. No one could believe it. A boy who could not swim, who had no strength, had just outsmarted hundreds of competitors. But the truth was clear. He used his brain to overcome the challenge. The final round took place the next day. Each person was given a large wooden block, and the task was to push it 1 kilometer, or about 0.6 miles, to the finish line. Behind them was a pile of tools, but each contestant could only choose one. The first person grabbed a rope to drag it. The second used a lever. And Leo? He stood still. Some people in the crowd began laughing. Is he planning to take a nap in the middle of the road again? But Leo was thinking. Using brute force to push this block is not for me, he thought. I need a smarter solution. He bent down and picked a small knife from the tool pile. While the others were sweating and struggling, Leo began shaving the edges of the block. After a while, it was no longer a block. It had become a wooden sphere. He gave it a push, and it rolled smoothly. The crowd went from mocking to murmuring in awe. Leo started rolling the sphere forward. At first it was slow, but then it picked up speed. He passed the second-place contestant, then the first. And finally, Leo was the one to cross the finish line first. Applause erupted throughout the square. The king himself stepped forward, placed a hand on Leo's shoulder, and awarded him a glittering chest of gold. But the most important thing Leo received was not the gold. It was the awakening. Leo returned to his village to a surprising welcome. No one called him the lazy kid anymore. They called him by a new name, Leo, the boy who amazed the entire kingdom. But the most remarkable part was not the fame, and it was not the gold he brought home. What changed the most was Leo's mindset. For the first time, he felt like he was truly capable of something, not because of strength, not because of luck, but because of the way he thought differently. Leo looked back at his past and thought, if just for one reason, to save my parents, I could overcome everything I used to fear, then maybe I am not as lazy as I always thought. From that day forward, Leo woke up earlier, made daily plans, and started rebuilding his family's farm. He used part of the gold to buy fruit tree seeds, restore the irrigation system, and care for every patch of soil with his own hands. At first, it was not easy. Leo still got tired. He still felt like giving up. But now, every time he was about to quit, he remembered the moment that wooden sphere rolled down the road, and the cheers that erupted when he crossed the finish line first. That feeling stayed deep in his heart. Before long, the first trees bore fruit. The first harvest brought in steady income, and within just a few years, Leo had become the biggest fruit grower and trader in the region, not thanks to luck, but because of persistence and smart thinking. People looked at Leo and saw one thing clearly. He had truly changed. No longer the boy who just wanted to lie under a tree, but a man who knew what he wanted and was willing to work for it. My dear friend, Leo's story is not just about winning a contest. It is about winning against yourself. Many of us think we are lazy, that we cannot change. But the truth is, every one of us has the power to break through. We just need a strong enough reason to start. For Leo, that reason was love for his family. What about you? What would make you stand up today? What will be your wooden sphere, the thing that helps you roll past obstacles that once seemed impossible? Maybe it is a dream you once abandoned. Maybe it is someone you want to protect. Or maybe you simply want to prove that I am not someone who gives up. Laziness is not a permanent trait. It is just a temporary state until the right purpose and belief show up. So if Leo's story touched you, please share this video with someone who might need a little push to make a change. And if you have not subscribed to the Whispers of Wisdom channel yet, I am David Jame, inviting you to hit that follow button so you never miss another meaningful story. Until we meet again, live positively, think differently, and believe that you can change. All it takes is one reason.